Good evening, everybody. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this short presentation about the opportunity available with Forever Living products. The presentation itself won't take longer than 40 minutes, so please do sit back and relax as we take you through the various different aspects of the opportunity. You'll hear from 3 speakers this evening, and we'll be telling you why people are looking for opportunities today, what we offer, the stability and track record of our company, why our products are so good, and finally, we'll explain the different incomes that can be generated and the incentives on offer with our company. My name's Adam May, and I've been involved with Forever for nearly 28 years. Now, you're going to hear from me a little bit later on, but before that, I'd like to introduce our first speaker for this evening, a great friend, a great colleague, and a great success story along with his wife, Tracy. Please, would you welcome Phil Pickles? Phil, are you there?
Hi, Adam. Can you hear me okay?
I can, yes. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So it gives me great pleasure, really, just to take you through the first few slides on this wonderful presentation. But before I do that, just a little bit about myself. I looked at Forever as a serious opportunity 20 years ago when I was working 7 days a week, getting paid for 5, working for a medical equipment company. And what I didn't have was time. And as the goalposts started changing in my corporate job, also, I started to change, and I wanted to put some more time into having my own business with Forever. So what I was able to do was to create pockets of time in my diary, focus on building myself and building the Forever business. And then I was able to do was step away from my corporate job, technically 20 years early from retiring 20 years early from the corporate life. But what it's enabled me to do now is to actually have more time with my family, more time with myself, and actually have that work-life balance that a lot of people chase, especially working in the corporate world. So you can see on the screen there that there's a lot of people that I'm working with right at the very moment. And what I'd like to do is really to take you through a little bit about why people are wanting to start their own business. And if you were like one of those people, you wouldn't be alone, because a staggering 64% of the British workforce want to set up their own business, and that figure goes even higher to 83% in the 18 to 24-year-old category. And amazingly, side businesses add 72 billion to the UK economy, and 1 in 4 people have some kind of side hustle in order to earn some extra cash. And there are many reasons why people would want to start their own business. It could be that they see and spot an opportunity in the marketplace, or they want to work for themselves. Maybe it's because they don't enjoy their job, or they just don't see any long-term future in it. It could be they don't feel they're being paid what they're worth, and that can resonate with you as well. Or they're not getting recognized for the job they're doing, or simply having that sense of achievement that comes with doing your own thing. Maybe some of those reasons resonate with you. You know, whatever it is, there's no doubt that having your own business brings the kind of independence and freedom that working for somebody else never will. And we know it's not for everyone. Lots of people simply want to have their paycheck at the end of every month without having to worry too much about their work. But if you're one of those people that have the hunger to going it alone, either building a side hustle or creating a new career, then stay with us, because we believe we've got the best opportunity available today. So it's certainly true that in the last decade, it's opened up far more opportunity than ever before. And prior to that, people might have thought about setting their own conventional business involving renting or buying premises, employing staff, paying overheads, national insurance, all the things that come with that kind of business. Sorry, I'm just going to mute somebody. So people might have thought about being self-employed, which means you're only getting paid when you're working. And that's put a lot of people off in the past. Others might have, started maybe a hobby business. For instance, they might have practiced yoga, then become yoga instructors in their spare time, or even Pilates or personal trainers. Or they might be doing some kind of hobby business, perhaps to do with baking or crafts. But the big change has come with the rise of the internet, where many people now have become resellers of products in order to generate that additional income, whether it's pre-owned or brand new items that they're selling. However, in network marketing, the model we use, it combines the best of all of these worlds without the huge expense and also the ability to sell your products and promote your products online and be part of a supportive community. And in addition to that, the Forever opportunity comes with a tried and tested roadmap, just like you'd be provided with if you spent tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of pounds on a franchise. So the difference between the way we distribute products and traditional distribution can be seen here in this diagram. Right in the very center there is traditional business, where you have a manufacturer, let's say like Coca-Cola. It costs 2p to produce a can of Coke. And then as it moves through, as the product moves through the series of the links in the chain, eventually the customer, us, the consumer, we pay that uplifted price. And the reason for that is that everybody needs to take their cut in that chain. So the price of the product gets higher and higher. Forever takes top quality products on the left-hand side of this model. They go directly to us, and we put that in the hands of the consumer, either physically or more and more by our own company-supplied web store. And it's because we take on all the jobs of the people in the middle of that diagram that the company pays us up to 68% in retail price, in retail profits, bonuses and commissions. And Forever can afford to pay us that because they're making the savings by not having those agents, the wholesalers, the employed sales force, or even spending millions or tens of millions of pounds on an advertising campaign. It's simple and it works. So, we recommend products that we love. We find like-minded people like us. We share and coach. We coach those people to share the products just like we did, and we're multiplying our time. So you end up being paid on helping your team. What a powerful and ethical way to build a business. So it is a low-risk business ownership. It takes very little capital or startup costs. You can either have extra or full-time income. You basically choose your own financial goals, the business plan we put in place, and you can go at your own pace. Total flexibility. You choose when, how, and how much you want to work. And the training and mentorship is out of this world. We offer the chance to develop your personal business skills through free trainings, education, and mentoring by experienced leaders. It's far much better than I used to get in the corporate world. And performance pays. The greater your effort, the greater your earning potential. And finally, at last, a company where you're actually valued and appreciated. So this is our home office. I've been very privileged to go here on a number of occasions with Forever. It was founded in 1978 and is still family owned and family run and always will be. And this is really important. This is our big distinction, because Forever don't have to provide annual dividends to shareholders, which allows the company to provide us with extremely generous incentives. And we can afford to pay, Forever can afford to pay that plan many years into the future. The company is cash rich and debt free with over $2 billion worth of global annual sales. And that just says to me security and longevity in years to come. We also provide a global opportunity as we operate in 160 countries. Where else can you start a business and immediately start building internationally? This is one of my favorite slides because it's about corporate responsibility and how Forever takes these very seriously. For instance, our commitment to help reverse climate change is far greater than the vast majority of all companies. And you'll see in a moment that we have our own aloe vera plantations with over 50 million aloe vera plants. And 20 aloe vera plants is equivalent to one tree, meaning that we're not just carbon neutral, we're actually carbon negative. Or another way that I'd like to say that is actually climate positive. All of our employees enjoy a level of pay and benefits greater than the average. And even our plantation workers in places like the Dominican Republic have higher pay, shorter hours, and better working conditions than in any other plantation. And in our European warehouse in Rotterdam, we are the largest employer of disabled people in the southwest of Holland. We've also got our own charitable foundation, Forever Giving. We make global and national charitable contributions. For instance, we've just paid for and packed over 5 million meals for the charity Rise Against Hunger. And now during the pandemic, supporting the NHS. And if that wasn't enough, the company is continually making improvements in their products, their packaging, and the processes. And one case in point is that an investment of over 10 million US dollars has been put into the company to put the entire customer and distributor facing website into the cloud, giving it real-time standard. And just to show you the kind of investment that Forever is making, one example is in the area of social media, the presence of social media. And this is the direct selling digital momentum ranking for December 2020, so just for a couple of months ago, which analyzes 3 core pillars of social media marketing: web traffic and SEO analysis, Facebook activity, and Instagram activity. And as you can see, Forever Living Products is number 1 out of all the companies. And I said earlier that when you join, you get your own supplied company web store. And now you can see that Forever goes to these great lengths to ensure you have all the tools to get in front of the people and build a successful business. So I've told you a little bit about the background to our opportunity, the stability and security of our company. And now I'd like to hand you over to the last speaker, who I've actually known for, I guess, over 10 years. We've worked closely together. We've had a lot of fun together. And I know Claire's really excited to share the next few slides with you. So Claire, are you there, please?
I most certainly am. Thank you, Phil. And good evening, everyone. And in fact, I'm delighted, because this is my favourite part of the presentation, to tell you a little bit more about our top quality products and how they are produced. But before I do that, I would just like to tell you a little bit about my background and how I came to work with Forever. And my background is quite different to Phil's and to Adam's, who you heard opening the presentation. My background prior to Forever was in TV. I was a producer and director at the BBC. I specialised mainly in fashion and interiors programmes for BBC One, but also for the World Service. And I suppose I did have my dream job. And for 10 years, I was totally happy going through the programs, training, I was just really excited to be part of that industry. But that industry changed, much like, well, the industries are at the moment, aren't they? Big time. And in terms of the TV world, suddenly in my area, which was classed as lifestyle and leisure programs, our budgets were being slashed, which, it's basic economics. It meant we had to make a lot more program on a lot less money. And that ultimately meant for our production teams a lot more work and a lot longer hours. So it wasn't unusual for me to do 12, sometimes 18-hour days. And that unfortunately impacted on my health. And I went down with a condition known as ME, or chronic fatigue. And it was actually one of our exceptional products from the range that really helped to get my health back on track. But I'll share with you a little bit more about that later in the presentation. But the one thing I do know about Forever is it has transformed not just my health, but it has transformed my way to earn an income. And because of the global opportunity, I've been able to create an income that's paid for to me, not just from the UK where I live, but from specifically South Africa, Australia, and parts of Europe. But the most important thing is the products. And as you can see on this slide, it says, we have superior products. Forever actually is the world's largest grower of aloe vera. It's naturally grown, so we don't use any artificial fertilizers or pesticides or herbicides. And that really spoke to me when I first looked into it, because I am actually a farmer's daughter. In fact, our aloe is hand planted, harvested, and filleted. So, it's ethically produced with an emphasis both on growing the world's best, but also on treating our employees in the best possible way. And particularly in today's world, that is important. People want to know where their products have come from and what or how the employees working within it are being treated. But once our aloe has been hand harvested and filleted, our state-of-the-art facilities allow us to seal in the goodness of the aloe plant within hours, and that's key. The aloe is then shipped to our factory in Dallas, Texas, where all of our products are produced. We have a separate factory called Forever Nutraceuticals, which actually is located in Scottsdale, Arizona, where all of our supplements are manufactured. We effectively produce a range of top quality daily use products using safe, natural, GM-free ingredients. So key question, I guess, next is, so what are the benefits of aloe vera? Well, the aloe is obviously an amazing plant in itself, but there are numerous benefits for the human body. It helps to support immune function, which is key at the moment, irrespective of whether you've had your first jab or not. Vital, I would say, in the current climate. It supports your gastrointestinal health and has a very soothing effect on your digestive system, as well as being a really good digestive aid. It's great for shiny, glowing skin, healthy hair, nails, and it's really good for helping them to grow thick and stronger. And it promotes, most importantly, overall health and well-being. You know, with all of these properties, I'm sure you can see why we choose aloe as our starting point for our company. And it's the basis of many of our products. And of course, why we're proud to be known as Forever, the aloe vera company. And we have a number of seals of approval, which is really helpful when you're talking to others about the products. And these include the kosher and halal mark. You can see the rabbit mark there, meaning we don't test on animals, but actually our products are really good for animals too. We've got the gluten-free certification, but most importantly, we have a 60-day unconditional money-back guarantee, which simply means you can use our products for 60 days. And if you really feel like you've not had a benefit, you go back to the person that sold you the product and they will refund you in full. Now, if you think about that just for a second, you know, do you think our company would have survived for 42 years if the products didn't work? So, you know, we have products for each and every day, and these are just some of the key areas. So general nutrition, weight management. I think a lot of people will be clamoring for these post-Easter as we come out of lockdown here in the UK. The drinks and gels are absolutely key. They're the most popular products that we provide globally, not just here in the UK. And we have bee products. We're actually the world's largest grower and producer of bee products too. We also have eco-friendly products for the household. Our multi-purpose detergent is fabulous and can be used in the washing machine, but all over the house. And we have some fabulous personal care products, sport products for all you sporty experts. I love that little image there, bottom left. A fantastic supplement that's good for your joints and your cartilage, and one that can really help you to train harder and faster. That's our RG+. And obviously skincare as well. We are in a growing marketplace, and this is what really excited me when I first got involved in Forever. As you can see, the UK market for our products is huge, and we have products that fit into every single sector on the screen. You know, you can obviously choose just to specialize in one sector, that's up to you, but you can also build customers and team members across all of these as well. You know, maybe it's the 3 billion skincare market that's of interest to you, or the 442 million vitamin and supplement market, or the 1.1 billion animal care market. I mean, we are crazy about our pets, and I happen to know that gorgeous little thing there is called Pip. In terms of our global wellness economy, you know, if you thought the potential in the UK was big, the global wellness economy is worth $4.5 trillion with just 2 of these sectors. So personal care, beauty and anti-aging, and healthy eating, nutrition and weight loss are worth nearly $1.8 trillion. And on top of that, the growth rate in the wellness economy is over 5 times as fast as global economic growth. You know, the network marketing industry itself hit a record 193 billion in global retail sales in 2019, with 2 of the sectors that we operate in, so that's wellness and cosmetics, and personal care being worth nearly 2/3 of that industry total. So I'm sure you can see we are uniquely placed as a company to be riding 3 great waves of growth. Those being the, well, start your own business or work from home. How many of us are doing that? Or how many more people, I should say, want to do that right now? The wellness wave, and obviously the network marketing wave. You know, if you're looking at this for the first time, you couldn't be starting your business from a better place than right here with us. So I hope you've enjoyed hearing a little bit more about our key product range. I'm now going to hand you back to Phil, who's going to explain a little bit more about the income generating side to the business. And as Phil touched on earlier, you know, we have traveled the world, the globe with Forever, with spending money. Listen up to the next bit that's coming your way. Over to you, Phil.
Thank you so much, Claire. So the great thing about Forever is that you can choose what you need to earn to help you. And you've got the ability to focus on different parts of the business to build different levels of income. So a brand ambassador is somebody who simply looks after and finds 20 regular customers. And that would earn you anywhere between £200 to £400 a month, every month. A team leader, somebody who's looking after their customers and finds 5 key people, can earn between £600 and £2,000 a month, and I'll explain that in a moment. And a business developer, somebody who's putting energy and effort into coaching and training their team, and you can earn anywhere between £2,000 and £20,000 a month. What would you do with that type of income? So let me just explain how this works. The key thing to become a brand ambassador is to use the products, become brand loyal, just like we have, and then recommend those to other people, just like you'd recommend a great book or a great film or a great restaurant when they're open, or a song or a band. We're all recommending things all the time, but the difference with Forever is that you get paid for making that recommendation. And just like you, your customers also become brand loyal because the products are consumable and repeatable, which means that they return every month, every 3 weeks, every 5 weeks to reorder. You simply keep doing this until you have 20 regular customers. And this would generate you an income of between £200 and £400 a month. So can I just ask you, Claire, just to come back and just to share where your first customers came from, please?
Yeah, I'm back. Can you see me? I mean, yeah, my first customers came from, you know, the people that I knew. At the time, I was still working for the BBC as a producer and director. So a lot of my initial customers were people that I cared about, that I worked with. So people from the workplace. At that time, I didn't have children and wasn't looking after stepchildren. So that wasn't my niche market. But I was into keeping fit, and I had lots of friends that were too. If you know anybody that works for the BBC, you know, they tend to be on the unhealthy side rather than an uber healthy side. So the drinks were of particular interest to many of the people that I knew, but also many of the people that I worked with. But, you know, customers are there in every field around you. But yeah, my key ones were the people that I cared about. So my friends and my family, the people that I worked with, and those that wanted to keep up and running and fit. And I think my very first customer, well, I know, my very first customer was one of my friends who was a sound girl within the BBC, and she is still a customer with me today.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Claire. So a little bit further on, building a team leader business can be a step up from the brand ambassador, or you can do this at the same time and run it together. The key is to find 2 good people. Not people, because we all know people are flaky. You know, they join the gym in January and actually don't go back again in March. Actually, March is the biggest drop off for gym memberships. But, you know, we're looking for 2 good people. We're taking them through the steps, just like we did. We get them to try the products, become brand loyal, and help and coach them to build their 20 customers, and so that they can find 2 good people, and so on. So you can start to find some good people yourself and then keep duplicating the process. You're now multiplying your time. how are you doing this? Because you're getting paid a tiny percentage on all the sales that are happening within your team, both with and without you. And this is a really exciting time, one where you can really start seeing the potential. And typical incomes now are around about £600 to £2,000 a month. Adam, could I just bring you back on, please? And just if you could just share your story and tell us all where you got your first few people from in your team.
Absolutely. Thanks, Phil. Well, I originally worked in the city. I was a futures and options broker. I did that successfully for 7 years, but it was a typical cash-rich, time-poor lifestyle. Then myself and a couple of colleagues decided to set up our own business in the financial services arena. And it was a traditional business, much like Phil was talking about at the beginning of the presentation. So we rented expensive offices in Victoria. We put in a 40 or 50 line switchboard because, of course, very few mobile phones back then. Brought in a couple of secretaries. And sadly, after 2.5 years, that business went bust and I lost everything. So I had to go back to work in the city again. But at the same time, I was still looking around for opportunities. And very fortunately, a friend invited me to look at the Forever opportunity. And I went along to a physical meeting, as it was then, and I saw what you're explaining at the moment, which is the ability to be able to multiply your time. And I jumped straight in. I just thought it was one of the, well, probably the best concept I'd seen. So I obviously started looking around for team members. And back then there was no social media, there was no World Wide Web. So it was all done. I used to do some paper advertising, looking for people looking for opportunities. So if you like, opportunity seekers. I had lots of colleagues that I spoke to. Very few of my colleagues, existing or past colleagues, wanted to get involved, but a couple of them did. Also, I've always tried to stay fairly fit, so people that were exercising with joined me, and also a couple of my friends. So it's amazing where these people come from.
Thank you so much, Adam. So going back to the business developer stage, and I'll touch on what Adam said in a second, but this business developer is, you're now coaching your brand ambassadors and team leaders to grow their businesses by sharing your knowledge and experience and helping to inspire and motivate them. And now you're really making a difference. You know, typical incomes anywhere between £2,000 and £20,000 a month. So this is how it works. So this is just a model, but it will show you how the larger incomes are made. So once you've duplicated until you find 5 good people, you might need to bring in a lot more than that, but 5 good people, and develop their customers, within a few generations, you end up with 780 team members. If each of these people in your team develop their 20 customers, your team would be looking after 15,600 customers. Obviously, you could never look after 15,000 customers, and neither could I. But imagine if you were earning £1 a month commission on each one of these 15,600 customers. You can really see how the numbers stack up. If that wasn't enough, the company also has a number of incentives that are available for anybody to qualify for. The first of which is our global profit share scheme that we call Chairman's Bonus. And over the last 20 years or so, the company has given away an average of $17 million a year to qualifiers. And the checks range from a few thousand dollars to over $1 million for the year's efforts. Although the first time you qualify, your check might be sort of around about the $3,000 or $4,000 mark. By helping others achieve in your team, you also qualify for one of those checks yourself, and your check increases. It's exactly the same as our compensation plan. The more people you help, the more you earn. And that photograph was actually taken with my camera in Waikiki Beach in Hawaii. And that's my 3-year-old daughter as well at the time. You know, there's friends and colleagues and business partners that I work with there. And also, you know, when they fly to these lovely destinations, it's all expenses paid, you know, really just to celebrate your achievements and being recognized for doing a good job. You know, it feels amazing, and it's a lot of fun. So the company also has two travel incentives. Obviously, that's been slightly curtailed over the last year or so, but they did compensate us all in a cash because we couldn't travel. But hopefully, everything's going to be opening up for the next travel incentives that we're all going for. And again, this is with unlimited numbers to qualify. And our global rally's taken us to places like Hawaii, South Africa, Dubai, Singapore, Dallas, Stockholm. You know, whilst our Eagle Manager retreat has taken us to places like Cancun, Rome, Monaco, Sardinia. I remember having an amazing time in Lake Tahoe with some friends, and just many other places. You know, the company flies you to these locations. They give you a +1. They put you up in 5-star hotels. They wine you, they dine you, they party you, and they give you between $500 and $3,000 spending money. So you don't even have to spend your own money. The travel is a huge passion of mine, and Forever has taken me and my family to just beautiful destinations around the world. You know, it's like being on holiday with your friends. So if you want to see the world, Forever will pay you to do just that. So you'll see from here that you know, a company like ours also has something called a Forever to Drive. It's our car plan. And it isn't a car, it's actually an additional income that's paid into your bonus. So you can actually spend it how you like. And you can qualify for this by helping other people achieve. So this is your starter pack. So Forever's been very clever in putting together your toolkit. Your toolkit gives you 18 of the most popular products for just less than £200, and it gives you an immediate 30% retail profit straight away. And so that's without any other monthly commitments, minimum orders, or annual payments. But it's much more than that, because it gives you everything you need to get started. It's a business blueprint that's been developed over 40 plus years, and you get your own international web store and online support materials. So you're going to develop your business expertise through free online training. Obviously, when we get together again, it's going to be in-person training. That's going to be very exciting because we've all been, you know, in our houses. And you also get mentored by experienced and successful leaders through seminars, live, small, large trainings. But I think the most exciting thing is it gives you a license to immediately trade in those 160 countries. So you can actually start building your business locally, nationally, or internationally. One of the things I loved about Forever when I first joined, I've been very fortunate to meet Rex on the left, who started Forever, and now his son Greg has taken over day-to-day running. But, you know, in their mission statement, it talks about where individuals can, with dignity, be what they want to be, where integrity, empathy, and fun are our guides. You know, when did you last see fun in a company mission statement? So if you're as excited as I was when I first looked at this Forever opportunity, why don't you come and join us? You know, we're riding those 3 great waves of growth that Claire shared with you earlier, and the timing could not be better. You can sign up online with a person that kindly invited you to look at this presentation. You can do that tonight. You can have your journey pack delivered over the next few days. But if you're really excited, you've got some questions that might need to be answered, please go back to that person so that you can get all your questions answered and make the right decision for you and your future life. You know, either way, go back to the person that invited you to this presentation, and, you know, I'm sure they'd love to have a further conversation with you. So in the short term, I'd like to wish you a sleepless night thinking about all the possibilities of how your life could look. You know, just imagine having the best life ever, being able to create that best lifestyle that you can think of. And I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Thank you, and have a safe week.